Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing okay today. So, on today's topic of discussion, I'm going to be explaining a little bit of information on how to progress in the winter months. I actually find that this may not be the best possible time. So, I'm just going to actually explain a little bit of information by why this may not be the best time for you right now to get started on any type of goal that you wanted to achieve with weight loss or fat loss or just transforming your body around, whatever it is. It may not necessarily be the best time for you. And the reason why you've just got to focus on here is things which are happening around you. And as I'm talking about this right now, it's like just coming to November now, and everyone's starting to think about Christmas time. And I presume, later on towards the end of this month, people are going to start to go out on, Christmas dues, with work, with family. Got a lot of things going on. It's a busy time of year for a lot of people. So you got to think about this realistically and think, is it the best time for me to hit any type of goal at this moment in time? And it may not. You've got to understand that it does require a lot of effort and commitment to put into things and time sometimes. You may have to say no to certain things and say yes to the goal that you want to achieve. And I'm not necessarily saying that you have to take everything away from what you're doing at the moment, but you do have to make sacrifices. And it is hard work, especially this time of year as well. It's like, I don't know about you, but yesterday was the worst day ever. It was like wouldn't stop raining all day. Obviously the clocks had gone back, so it was getting quite dark, quite early. And I understand it was a really tough time for probably a lot of people to probably get a little bit motivated on the goal. And it was for me as well on that Monday. And I honestly find that sometimes it may be just the best decision for you to make right now is to just maintain where you are at the moment. Um, Maintenance is fine, and it's probably quite a good thing to be doing, and not just forgetting about everything and just wait until January, which a lot of people may be considering doing sometimes as well. And that's another thing, you don't want to go the other way as well. And understanding that sometimes we will gain a little bit of body fat sometimes, and we may put a little bit of weight on. It's perfectly fine and normal for this to happen. Things don't always go down all the time, and you're not going to always be progressing all the time. It doesn't work like that. And if you understand this and have that positive mindset, then you'll go quite far with your goal. So it's important to think about that. And I think that'll definitely help you out with your goal. And if you're focusing on things like calorie counting, for instance, being at maintenance or being in a slight surplus is actually okay. And it probably is quite healthy to be doing that, because you're going to be going into the January period, maintaining the progression of what you've got, maybe when you work really hard at the moment, in like the summertime, if you might have progressed on your goal and you've sort of hit like a maintenance level now, and then you hit the ground running again come January time. So that may be a good decision for you to make as well. So it's just thinking of these things as well and looking at the bigger picture, not just jumping into it and going, okay, well, I need to lose weight right now. Think about other things which are happening around you. Be patient with your goal and understand that these things do require a lot of effort and time and commitment. If you are wanting to focus on something now and you want to lose weight, tone up, feel happier, healthier, stronger, fitter, all of these things, you want to change your life around right now. If you wanted to do these things, that is great. And if you're 100% committed to changing things around right now, then I honestly find that you need to make sure that you focus on a few things first. And a few things that I actually brought up in a motivation podcast and discussed a little bit of information on this as well was focusing on certain times and days for getting tasks done is always a really helpful thing to be considering, because it's easier said than done. Especially this time of year for a lot of people as well, especially if you're in the UK anyway and you're listening to this. In the winter months, it can be quite hard, and it can be tough to get yourself out in the morning and maybe go out for your exercise session or prep your foods, and you may be feeling a little bit tired, and all of these things, which is putting a little bit of resistance on the process that you're going down. But if you set times and days for things, it definitely helps you out. I always do this with clients quite a lot as well. So what I will generally tend to do is I'll set out an app for them, and they'll have like a notification to do something. So it could be like a certain meal to prep their meal for the day. It could be to do the steps. It could be to do an exercise session at a certain time as well. So not just say I'm going to exercise tomorrow. I'm going to exercise tomorrow at 5 p.m. You've put a time on that now, that you've made a commitment to that. You're holding yourself accountable to that, and I think that's important as well. When we think about this, it definitely helps you out with your results. And we've probably got now to probably say from, I think, is it next week, around about 6 weeks till Christmas, is it? I'm not actually looking at my diary at the moment, so I don't know, but I think it's around about 6 weeks from next week. And that might be a great opportunity for you now to work at something to get in the best possible shape for Christmas period, if that's something that you really want to do. And then just focusing on the little things that you need to be working on a regular basis, just getting your steps in, working on your nutrition and just changing a few things around, just getting them exercise sessions in, getting enough sleep as well. Not a lot of people think about that all the time, but sleep makes a huge amount of difference to your goal. Going to bed at a reasonable hour, all of these things, and saying no to certain things, maybe where you're wanting to maybe consume a highly palatable snack and you sort of have to draw a line and say no. It could be something as simple as that. It could be the fact that you just don't buy certain like highly palatable snacks as well. I always say that to people, like if you're overeating on a certain highly palatable snack at home, like biscuits, chocolates, crisps, whatever it is, just don't buy it. Simple as that. That's probably the easiest way for you to do it, to get you the result that you want. Yeah, that's going off totally off topic there, but yeah, just focus on the times and the days when you're going to do certain things can make a big progression for your goal by doing these things. And there will be times when things get tough, especially in the winter months as well. I think it's quite a tough time to get a goal that you want, but if it's something that you really want, then you've got to understand that you're going to have to do some tasks which require a little bit of effort, which you don't necessarily want to do. But there should be times as well, I think. You shouldn't hate every single process that you're going down. You should look forward to certain things. If you hate everything that what you're doing, like you hate going out for your steps every single day, then just don't do them. It's like, find another way to get moving a little bit more, because there's so many different avenues that you can go down. It's like, oh, I'm going to the gym, but I'm hating every minute of it. Don't go to the gym, exercise at home. Is that an easier way for you to do it? It could be anything. It could be like, I hate prepping and cooking out of a Tupperware, cooking and putting things in a Tupperware box. Well, just can you not grab on the go? Can you not get these things? Can you not make these processes a little bit easier for yourself, so you are enjoying some of the process? Because that's what I do on a regular basis with clients, is we just need to find out the way which suits them of where they want to go with things. So yeah, you should be enjoying some part of what you're doing. And I honestly found that the last point I want to bring up is delayed reward. Delayed reward is a very, very important thing that you need to be considering, and avoiding being impatient with what you're doing and not just focusing and tunneling in on weight loss all the time. That's what most people focus on. They'll focus on the measurements and not the process goals, which help you get that result that you want within that measurement. Knowing that you need to get your steps in every day, knowing that you need to get plenty of sleep in, the fact that you've got more energy levels today, the fact that you've got less cravings today, you're just feeling a little bit better about yourself today, could be a good thing that you could be considering with regards to your mindset of where you are at the moment, which could contribute to your goal later on with that delayed reward within 2 or 3 weeks time. If you consistently keep working on these things, your steps, drinking plenty of water, consuming more protein within your diet, getting vegetables within your diet, all of these things. I'm just making a few things up at the top of my head, but it's just something to consider, guys, because that will definitely help you out with your results, and it'll give you a little bit more motivation going into the winter months, because things get hard now. I wanted to change the way I look and felt in November this time last year. A little bit of a weird time to do this as well. I was considering waiting until January. I'll just wait until January, as most people put it off sometimes. And I've done this before as well. I've just like waited till January. It's like, why not now? It's like, why not do something now? If you're not feeling happy and confident with the way you look and feel at the moment, then change it. And I didn't. The pandemic hit me hard, just like a lot of other people as well. I maybe consume slightly more foods than what I would do normally. All of these things. I probably wasn't exercising as much as what I would do normally as well, because the gyms weren't open, which affected me motivation, because I love going to the gym. So it affected me as well. And I got to a point in November, I was like, do you know what? I'm going to start now. Why not now? Like, it's something to focus myself on now, because I want to feel better about myself as well. So, and if that's you, get started straight away. Don't start to put things off and think, I'll wait until the kids go back to school, or wait until January, or wait until Monday. You're just putting this off. And it's important to make sure that we just draw a line of what we're feeling like at the moment, and noticing that if we put that little bit of work required, your future self's going to be thanking you for that as well. So I hope that makes sense, guys. And I hope it gives you a little bit more of an understanding of trying to just get yourself out of this mindset as well, and just how to progress within the winter months, really. So hope it makes sense.